Hello everyone, my name is Biscuits and or Mighty Space Fruit, depending on your flavor of the month. I'm here with a set from the Wandering Warriors Cup, Wandering Warriors Community Cup WWCC, here between Yellow and Huggie. Huggie being the other half of the Pick and Mixer mod team. I casted a game from Happy the Andy for Specialist Cup, so now I have to do the other half. Pick and Mixer, of course, being probably my favorite community tournament I played in. But that is neither here nor there. We are here to cast these games on these maps. So, we have, for the map picks, we have Yellow picking Grapple, Huggy picking Golden Hill, and the the admin pick being Nomad. So all of these maps, I would say, have a decent amount of water play. Um, yeah, Gropple's maybe actually the least amount of water play. Although it is good to get control of the center, and it can be very good for map control in the late game. There's not a huge amount of fish, so it's not as crucially valuable. It is very important in Golden Hill because it gives you access to all of the golden stone in the middle. And Nomad, of course, the fish is very good just in general to get that food income. I know that Huggy is I guess he is a water enjoyer. I know he also likes swords on water, but unfortunately these are not the kind of maps that you can transfer to the enemy island and use them. But I see, maybe we'll see something change. I'd also know Huggy likes demos as well, so we'll see if that is a factor. I don't know anything about Yellow, so we're gonna find out. Huggy picking out the Malians, Portuguese, Koreans, Hindustanis, banning Spanish, Bohemians, Persians, Mongols, Spanish, Bohemians. Classic fast castle drop civs on Nomad, so that makes sense. Yellow picking Byzantines, Malay, Italians, Berbers, and banning out the Georgians, Huns, Gujaras, and Chinese. Seems like a nice selection of sort of hybrid civs here from both players, I would say. So it makes a lot of sense given the map selection they have. So we're going to go ahead and jump into game number one. Hello, everyone. Welcome to game number one. We already have a bit of a disaster. We have purple and blue, which is simply not going to work. Huggy, you can be... Let's see, what... you know what? You can be green today. Sorry if that's an insult, but you don't get to be purple and blue. That's not how this works. So, we're playing on Nomad, the Wandering Warriors Cup version of Nomad. We have in the blue, Yellow with the Berbers. In the green, Huggy with the Malians. And TCs are pretty close to one another. Docks are on either side, however. The main difference with this version, as opposed to the ranked version of Nomad, is the landlock. And on occasion, you can have water spawning in the middle. I've actually seen this spawn a lot. So maybe it's less likely than I thought, or we've just gotten very lucky or unlucky, depending on how you see it. But so on a normal Nomad map, you'd be able to take this ship and go around here and hit this dock. But here you cannot. So you could look at this as the docks are safer or less safe, depending on how you see it. Safer in the sense, of course, there's one less route for them to go through. But there's also one less way they could escape if you get overwhelmed by fires number or galleys. But I don't think we'll see galleys. Probably fires only. If you get overwhelmed in fire's number, there's no real path for you to escape. You're kind of just stuck here. And interestingly, I just realized, I did not notice this at first. We actually have Huggy's dock over here, even though the TC's here. And Yellow's TC is here, whereas their dock is here. So that's going to be interesting. See some scouting with the goat. We actually just carved a path above where the TC is, and Huggy doesn't see anything right near the enemy TC yet. Spots the center lake, is looking around the shoreline to find where the opponent's dock is, and funnily enough, it's right here. Oops. Don't want to show off Huggy's amazing APM, but I don't want to intimidate any of his further opponents here. So, Berbers versus Malians. Malians and Berbers are both pretty good hybrid civs, I would say. Malians get a wood desk count on their buildings, which of course is very nice when you are very wood focused. And the Berbers, they have faster moving ships It's not a huge bonus. I guess it is a slight eco bonus, probably for the fishing ships, and it's not. It is nice for your military ships. It's not massive, but it is something. Now this Bluko is about to get converted, and if Yellow's paying attention, that might look suspicious. You didn't see any water there, so you know it's probably not the dock. Well, actually, well, it is pretty close to the water. I don't know. I guess it depends. I'm not sure what Yellow will intuit about that, but we'll see if we can find out. Anyway, we're on a boar for both players. Boar very nicely tucked underneath both of the TCs. We have a golden stone for Yellow. And we do have a golden stone for Huggie, but they're kind of further away. Luckily, I think we did scout. Yeah, we scouted that. We're just scouting this. And, I mean, it's a little far away from your TC, but it is still secure. It's in the opposite direction that your opponent is, so that should be fine. There is an extra boar here, an extra boar here, which I think both players have spotted. Or maybe not. Nope. I probably should see that soon, though, with the goat. And blue has scouted this boar. Is looking to dock the other side, maybe. Or maybe that's just scouting, I'm not sure. Really, ideally, you'd be scouting with this goat, but I think Yellow's thinking about harvesting it. Anyway, we're going to grab that boar real quick. No problem at all. 2 fishing ships for both players. We also have some deer underneath Huggie's TC, which is quite nice. We also have these berries. I mean, we'll want a mill at some point anyway, so we'll probably mill these berries, I'm expecting. In theory, you could mill these deer as well if you wanted, but it's kind of far away. Gonna lure in this boar. We have loom, so it shouldn't be a problem. Unless we walk towards the wood line. That also could just be a pathing moment, to be fair. We might block with the goat, which should be nice. And, okay, blocked a little too much, but that's fine. Now, blue might be about to spot the houses, which is a big tip-off. You know it's near the coastline, you see the houses, that's very suspicious. I think that tells you pretty good idea that's where the enemy dock is. Okay, getting in that boar. Hasn't spotted the enemy dock. May know the enemy TC is here because looks like he lost something here. Building a fort house in Palisade. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure who I would prefer in this matchup. Both civs have pretty nice stable units. Nice knights, like have, and camels. Of course, the burbs get cheaper. Discounts on all of those. One thing kind of interesting is I wonder if camel archers could be really good here for the Berber player long term. We do have Arbalister, but it's bracerless for the Malians. And, I mean, I guess the skirms are fine, but skirms without bracer kind of sucks. I mean, so Farimba Cav is very nice. And maybe that can get the job done. Also, I don't know that's going to go that late when the TCs are this close, this close to one another. So that may not be a concern at all, but... I'm trying to figure out... okay. Trying to see where that combat was going down. See a second dock from both players, pretty close to each other. And if you didn't know where the enemy TC was, you see it now. Some great accuracy in the TC there. I don't know what the... Alright. That would be a crime if that Ville got out, but that was the docking Ville. Walked home after a long day, well, several years actually, of fishing. And then got shot down. What a crime. Now, this is a little precarious for Yellow. I don't know if Huggie really paid attention to the fact that that was a fisher coming from this side. But if you did, you would see that's a little suspicious, and these fishing ships would be vulnerable. But we're shooting over here. So that's going to be a bigger concern. Now, Huggie actually hasn't even clicked up yet. We've just clicked him now. We're 2 minutes behind. But this is definitely making me think Fast Castle instead. But we're not on stone, we're on gold. And I mean, walling up, that's just nice. Maybe we'll see some mana arms They do get extra pierce armor from the Malians, which is nice. I'm not sure how important that will be, because we might just see knights from the Purpose player. Fire is out. We don't have any military for Huggie because we can't produce any military. It seemed a little weird for me. Huggie built another dock, but is going to click up to feudal really late. So we're not even going to be able to use that. We could have just added that in later. Okay, now we're at a dock here. A little strange. So we're going to lose the fish here for sure. We're adding another dock, so we're going to be up to 4 docks total. Okay, so Huggie's definitely thinking of getting on water, but just is late to feudal, which is kind of a big blunder, actually. But that being said, if you out-dock your opponent, you can still make something happen because you can just produce more military than they can. We've only lost one of our fishing ships. Still 4, but this fire's coming in. It will be a problem. This goes nice. And we do produce some fires out of which one? Not this one. This one, that's a fishing ship. This one and this one. But now there's a fire out here. So this fishing ship isn't going to be great. Dropping a market for blue. We're still really far from Castle Age, though. I mean, we're producing a lot of fires, but they're kind of all over the place. That being said, we still have 3 fishing ships somehow. But, they're about to be backed into a corner. We have 1 fire out, but that's going to be versus 2, which is not good. We have 1 here. We have 1 here. This is kind of, this is a bit of a mess. This wall is quite nice for Huggie, actually, though. Oh, we're going to tower. Interesting. So I don't know how useful that is because your opponent has a TC here on the wood line, but I guess it is annoying. Maybe you can... Maybe you could kill this Vil. Maybe. I'm not sure. Seems unlikely, but maybe you could at least damage them, which is better than nothing. I don't know that this does that much at all. But I guess it is annoying. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. But now you only have 75 stone. So you can't even sell it to click up. Okay, now we have 2 fires here. These should win as long as they focus fire on one of them. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good for Huggie. Oh, that one just barely lives. 1 HP. We have a repair villa here, so we can't fight that. We have 2 fires here from blue. Now 2 pop out for Huggie. And this should work out for Huggie again. Yellow kind of has the fires all split. We have preserved all 6 of our fishing ships, though. They have been working back here, and that's very nice, eco. You can see how Yellow's food count has been climbing quite rapidly, whereas Huggie is still at 130. Our fishing ships have not really been working as efficiently, but at least we've preserved 3, which is good. Adding another dock now for Yellow, so I don't know if Huggie can contest this anymore. Well, we have a fire here, but now we still have this dock, and we haven't even hit the enemy fish, which is really what we want to do. We do repair that fire, which is nice. Oh, also, I forgot completely. This is not... So, we do have a lead in fires now for Huggie. Up to 6 fires. Fishing ships still have not been hit. And I think we're going to click up pretty soon for Yellow. We're making a demo for Huggie, which I know he's fond of. Let's see what that gets done. It seems a little unnecessary at this point. Now, it looks like we have a pretty secure control of the water at this point. Now, if your opponent's at the Castle Age first, they can use the Castle Age upgrades to get it back, but I don't think that's going to come in on time. I think we're going to lose all of our navy before that is even a factor. Finally lose the fishing ships here for Yellow, but we've had them working for so long. I think that it's given a big lead to Yellow. Slight difference in res collected. It's not huge, but I presume that's mostly due to the fishing ships. Luckily, we do have 3 here that have been untouched still for Huggie, so that's nice. Up to 6 fires here in this section. This dock is going to go down soon. It's going to ungarrison 2 of these fires. Huggie's fires here are pretty healthy. Should be fine. Getting in Horse Collar and Castle Age for Yellow, so we're going to drop some farms. The real question is, what is the plan with Castle Age? Huggie's on stone. Could be just to recuperate the expense of the tower. Of course, when you get to Castle Age, you can have your cheaper knights, which is a very nice option as the Berbers. You could also try expanding. Actually, maybe I spoke too soon about the navy. Well, it should still be in Huggie's favor, but we're gonna lose some fires in the process. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. We do bring the demo in. I don't think we need it, but it is nice for moral support. Okay, so the fishing ships have finally died, and we are completely off water for Yello. However, we're gonna be at the Castle Age. Huggie now clicking up. I'm a little confused about this choice. Where even is that? I'm not sure why we're producing a fire here when our opponent is already on, like, totally destroyed us on water. Actually, sorry, that's a little strong. You make it sound like Huggie's a god. We've lost water, so I don't know why we're even produced, like, this isn't gonna do anything at all. 1v2, and then we know there are fires over here. We don't even have any fishing chips, so it's not anything. But it is gonna be, a second TC is gonna be the first choice. We could drop a third even as well. You might want to think about some military first. Dropping another TC here. I guess that's fine. I would have preferred to secure some more gold. I know this is kind of far, but I mean, this gold will run out one day, and you will want to have that at some point in your life, but I guess we'll see. Quite a few on stone, but so I think we are thinking about a castle. But Huggie has even more on stone. We'll be up to castle shortly, and I think is definitely going to drop a castle somewhere. So this dock is going to go down. That is the last dock for Yello. So it looks like we're going to have some nice water control from Huggie. Decent eco lead, but I think this is... I guess it's due to some idle time. Oh! Okay, no, that's not actual victory. That is just a drop. So I have to get into game, or part number 2 here. Back into the second part of this game. Which was presumably a desync or some other issue. Huggie was green. Unfortunately, we got kicked back a little... Actually, oh no. It's about the same. 3 TCs up for Yello. Huggie's gonna add a castle over here. It's gonna catch this Ville off guard. Well, maybe he'll escape, I'm not sure. We're actually floating so much food. We could, if we had 3 TCs, we could be producing out of all of them. Maybe we'll see some Gibetto. But this is an interesting choice given that your opponent was up to Castle Age first, which means they can have 3 TCs up before you. And this is only our second. We do have a Ville lead, or eco lead rather, because we have 10 fishing ships. The fishing ships are nice, but they won't last forever. Just like everything else in life. Getting fletching and a castle up for Yello, so I think we are going to see some camo archers, which could be a problem. Okay, we're getting the upgrades. We're going to see Gibetto, which is nice. I do like the Gibetto, which is good. We do need to be aggressive. We can punch through these walls pretty easily with Gibettos. We really need stone walls. However, camo archers should be a pretty good option against these. That being said, we are 2 TCs versus 3. This one's not producing. This one's not... Oh, well. If all of these are producing, then it would be a problem. We don't have enough on food just yet because we lost the fishing chips. We should really just buy some wood or food or something. So we can keep these working. Otherwise, we don't really have an advantage at all. Camo archers are being produced. Up to 6 Gibettos now. Getting the armor. Getting double bit axe. Getting wheelbarrow. Wow, that's really late. Double bit axe. At least we got it. Front is getting bow saw right now. Okay. What's the magic number, Huggie? I hope we've moved forward pretty soon. Because I don't know what you're going to do when they have lots of camo archers out. With Bodkin now. Okay, we're wasting time on these houses. That's great. I mean, It's good to drive up their real estate prices. That is the ultimate price that your foe can face in a war, but really you gotta go for the throat here. Because if they get stone walls up, for example, like this, I don't know what you're gonna do. Okay, we're shooting at the outpost, that's very nice. But are we going to actually attack the enemy? That's what I want to know. I guess we don't know where the enemy is, but I think, should you not check where you know that they are starting TC was first, because that's where they're going to expand from? Well, anyway, we'll see how those Gibettos do. In the meantime, Yellow is getting wheelbarrow now. Has horsecollar, doesn't have heavy plow just yet, but it has bowsaw. Getting bowsaw now from Huggie. Huggie could definitely drop a third TC, and we do see one right here on the gold. Alright. Okay, Gibettos are coming in. However, we already have 6 camel archers, and you can see here we got 6 range versus 5. Actually, not too terrible, but not a great matchup for the Gibettos. That being said, we do actually lose a camel archer. We're kicked away, which is not great. Still okay, we actually have still an eco lead. Some of that is fishing ships, which is a little misleading. But with the third TC, we actually should be in a decent spot. I think Yellow, with some idle time, wasn't producing out of these 3 TCs all at once. So even though we were up to castle age first and we dropped the TCs before our opponent, we didn't get a huge lead out of it. Oh. Freeville Castle here. Interesting. Now the question is, what is Huggie going to do versus Yellow's camel archers here? The Gibettos are not going to do it. We deleted some stuff here. We can cut through here. I wish we saw this, but I know we got scared off from the camel archers. Okay, interesting focus fire. Getting iron casting. The camel archers are going to look for some damage, but things are pretty secure. They might get some vill kills here, though. We'll see how long it takes Huggie to respond. Yeah, looks fine. Fletching-less TCs, though, is not great. We are already in the opponent's base. Let's see how quickly we can shoot down buildings with our Gibettos. We're kind of losing a lot to the TC fire for no reason. We could just stand here and kill tons and tons of vills. That being said, Yellow is in the enemy's base. We did lose a lot, though. We only have 4, and 2 are really low HP. We're getting Tigwai, which makes our TCs always fire 5 arrows? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Basically makes your TCs more defensive. That being said, these are fletching-less arrows, so not the best. Found a nice spot for Yellow, shooting down the stone vills. University coming up for presumably for ballistics. Now we're adding a castle to stem this position. Still have a lot of Gibettos. I don't know where they... Okay, they're all around here. Finding a lot of kills. We're up to 14 eco kills. Some of that is fishing ships. 14 eco kills for Huggie. Looks pretty good. Okay, we're gonna see monks. Oh no, that's just for the... That's just for relics. Very nice. Okay, we're gonna get some Bill clicks, but this castle will go up and it will mostly defend Yellow position. There's still weakness here, which I don't think Huggie has spotted. Yeah, this is like the one patch of the map that Huggie has not scouted yet. Ballistics coming in. We don't have bloodlines. We actually have the first armor, which is interesting. So this is actually a pretty good spot for Huggie. Nice eco lead. And we can kill the camel archers if they're caught off guard like that. But we're up to 2 castles. We're clicking up to Imp. Huggie's some ways away from that. Shouldn't be too far off, but floating a lot of wood. Ooh, we're docking the middle. This could be a problem, actually. Especially with Imperial Age first, this could be a cannon galleon. And actually, it could be a really big deal. You can kill this castle. I'm not sure if you can kill this TC. I think this one you probably can with going this far forward. You can kill this. Probably kill this castle, too. Actually, this middle pawn's a really big deal. See what happens. Huggie is maybe going to run into this castle. Would also really like to see fletching and bodkin for your, even just your TCs and castles. Especially since we got Tigwai. We're going to lose 4 Gibettos. We're going to run into the camel archers. We're going to need something for these camel archers for sure. You see, it's not a great engagement now, especially with ballistics. Also, if we have bloodlines, these camo archers would be even nastier. That being said, we did get some nice kills there, to be honest. Kills we probably shouldn't get. But again, I don't think the Gebettas are a long-term option. They're kind of squishy. They're pretty low range. We're going to need something else to fight these off. And without Bracer, our skirms kind of suck. They are an option. It's kind of what you want against camo archers, but let's see what happens. Yeah, we're getting the Navy upgrades now for Yello, so I think we're definitely going to see some galleon, cannon galleon action on the center. Could be really bad for Huggie. Huggie still has a really nice eco lead, but needs to decide what military he's going to produce, because he's not really doing anything military-wise here. And your opponent's already up to Imp. You're 2 minutes behind. We're going to see any Trebs out? No. No chemistry even, which is a little strange. Should probably click chemistry first or Treb. Okay, we're going to stables, which makes sense. Camels are very nice. It's kind of awkward, of course, when you chase any type of CA with camels or knights. They can sort of get kited around. That being said, right now, we have a pretty nice fortified positions here. So, in theory, they should be funneled around. We could just avoid them where we don't want to fight them. Get into the enemy eco. Take some nice positions. But we do have the first Treb out for Yello, which is really late, honestly. We went for conscription before Treb, which is an interesting choice. Austria Bloodlines coming in, Chain Barding Armor coming in. We already have the attack over gates because we got it for the Gebettas, which is very nice. Getting in Masonry, which is also a very good choice. If our opponent up to Imp first, it means they're going to push it down. I don't see any chemistry and cannon galleons for the Berbers, which is really sad here. Otherwise, I don't know why we built this middle dock. Yeah, we do get elite cannon galleon as well. It kind of looks like me. I did this on a Nomad setting where I went for the dock in the center and I didn't do anything with it. I don't know why we're building War Galley. No reason for that. I guess one is fine just for the scouting. But now we're getting chemistry. Ah, it's so late. You could have... Your opponent's up to Imp now. Why did you click this when you got into Imp? Anyway. We see heavy camel from Huggie. At some point, we will probably see the unique tech for Rimba. This Treb is going to die. Completely exposed. We're getting in the camels. We need the last armor. And at some point, we will want Farimba as well. I think it's kind of an expensive tech. Ooh, second castle coming up for Yello. We have 2 Trebs out already, which can knock that down. Like I've tried to snipe that monk, but was not successful. Hope we see chemistry for Huggie as well. Some Kennegans here would be really nice for either player. But the Trebs are going to get some hits on this castle before it's even constructed, but it is going to go up. Asba is coming in for Yello, which I think makes the castles work faster. Now we're dropping a bunch of stables for maybe like Farimba's coming in, heavy camel riders coming in, plate barding armor is coming in. We're going to have fully upgraded Malian camels, which are going to be pretty nasty. 14 attack there. That is, it's basically a +3. They're missing the last attack, which is +2. Farimba's +5. So after all is said and done, it's basically a +3 to their cavalry. Which includes their knights and their light cav. Yeah, this castle will go down, the market goes down, we can also hit this castle. This center lake could still be a really big deal. I also don't know what's going on with the single Treb. Just leaving it exposed. We even have bombard cannon as well for Yello. That being said, either could be sniped pretty easily by the Gebettas, but I don't know why we don't just go cannon galleon here. I think Yello forgot about this water, to be honest. Which is kind of like my gameplay. This castle is going to get Treb down. The EU count is evening out, but it still looks like a better position for Huggie. Everything that Yello is producing can get knocked down by Huggie's armor. Oh, we're seeing the cannon galleon. Okay. Now this could be a pretty big deal. Oh, we even see the demo, which could be nice as well if you take an engagement along the shoreline. Now this cannon galleon, it is going to be a problem actually, because Huggie doesn't have a dock here in the center at all. So we don't have anything to deal with this. We actually can convert it with a monk. We can even kill the enemy Trebs with this. Would have liked I mean, maybe at least 2 docks would be nice. Going for a light cav raid, which is going to be quite annoying for Huggie. Camel archers coming over here. Both castles are down. We're going to treb the cannon. Oh. We treb the cannon galleon, which is unfortunate. The demo's good. Uh-oh. Huggie, please. Oh, no. Hoisted by your own petard. Petard being a demo ship in this case. The camels are coming in. Getting in hoardings. I really like getting masonry hoardings here. It means your castles are a better defensive position. That being said, we still don't have an answer to this. Although, actually, we're just going to treb down the dock, which is very nice. This demo we still need to be cautious of. Gebetto's dying to camel archers. Taking a big engagement here, but we don't have any trebs or any siege. Getting a treb out now. Now we're getting fletching. Also getting plate mail armor for Gebetto's, I guess. I'm not sure. Pretty bad engagement there for Yello. Oh, the camels are going to come in. They are going to shred. That being said, they might get knocked down by these camel archers. Oh, but once they get in an engagement, it's really bad for the camel archers here. That being said, it's not terrible. But we still have more army on the field for Huggie. Up to 32 heavy camel riders. Now we're getting heavy camel for blue. The thing is, with even upgrades, the Berber ones should just be worse. They're going to be cheaper, so you should be able to outmass, but like at this point in the late game, when you're looking to have 200 pop, you're just going to have worse camels. Let's take a look at the gold, though. Still have enough gold for Huggie. Some stone back here. I mean, when gold starts to become a problem, it could be a real issue. This gold is really big for Yello. If Huggie can get control of that, that could be a big deal. We lost a lot of camel archers here. And we lost a lot of eco. Actually, it doesn't look like it's that bad, or we just replenished it. We did lose this TC even, though. It's still 130, 129 to 137 eco, so it's not a huge lead for Huggie still. But we are pushing this castle. We're now getting chemistry. We're now getting hand card. This castle will go down. Should go down. We're even getting architecture now. Now this is wide open. We lost the castle. We even lost the dock. It's a single lonely demo here, pining to be part of Huggie's army. And camel archers here. The far cry from the 40 camel archers we had earlier. Now we have 21 heavy camel, but they're up against Molly and heavy camel, which are just stronger. The 7+7. Oh, actually, we're missing a lot of upgrades. It's a really big deal if we're also missing 2 attack upgrades and the last armor. So this looks like a really good position for Huggie. We're gonna try and knock down this castle. That's the last castle for Yello, which is really bad. We're actually really badly housed as well. I think we will lose these trebs to the camel archers, but we can't produce any more camel archers after this. Bomber cannon's coming out now. We're hitting the trebs. Bomber cannon from here so we can snipe the trebs, but I don't know if it's going to be in time. The big fight between the camels should be a cleanup for Huggie. Kind of more blue camels over here, but the green camels are reinforcing. I think we need to build some more stables near the front line for Huggie. Blah blah, but yeah, some chat. I'm not gonna read all that. Things are not looking good for Yello. We have a bomber cannon which is out, gonna try and snipe the trebs, but we're trying to get the camels in on it. And we lose 1 treb, but the castle goes down. There's too many trebs. We don't have the camel archer numbers anymore. We don't have any castles either. And now we're going to get surrounded with the camel archers. They are going to die. The trebs are moving forward. This castle is going to die. Things are looking quite dire for Yello. The light cap raids are going to be the killing blow. We still have plenty of gold, and now this gold is going to be secured for Huggie, and the GG is called there. So, interesting game, quite chaotic. I was, I'm a little curious. Let's see here. So, around the time of the drop, right? So, Yello got up to castle way before Huggie did. And it had the 3 TCs, but I'm just curious, do we have a lot? Well, actually, this isn't going to be accurate because this is only the idle time from this part of the game. I mean, in theory, if we have 3 TCs and they keep producing, should give us a huge lead, but yeah, I guess this is kind of where I see a big problem. Where Yellow should get a really big eco lead because of having 3 TCs first, but they weren't really producing enough, quick enough. These chem archers should be able to make a pretty big difference. The Guerrillas can't really fight into them. But yeah, this raid was a really big deal. Oh yeah, so actually maybe it was even less the fact that the castles were producing and more the fact that our opponent got this nice raid and we didn't have a defensive castle or anything. And then I don't think we didn't quite get enough counter damage. We got some counter damage in, which was nice, but ultimately the Guerrillas did a lot more damage than our camel archers were able to. And then Huggie just sort of took a better position, I would say. Got a little more hits in. I think the cannon guns could have been a really big deal. Maybe if we had 2 docks and produced them earlier. Like before, I mean, losing the dock and the cannon guns to the Trebs is unfortunate. There's a lot to pay attention to. But in theory, if you had, I mean, I don't know if you want to really commit too much pop space to a lot of galleys here, or galleons here, but you know, maybe if you got the cannon guns out earlier, you could kill these castles and it would give you a better position. But I'm not sure. Late game here, it kind of feels like the Malians are going to have a better spot as well, where the discount is very nice for saving res. Also, the gold back here for Yellow, so gold wasn't an issue just yet. But like the thing is, when you get into late game, you're more worried about pop efficiency, and the Malian cavalry is definitely going to be stronger in that regard. We were also missing upgrades as well, so that did make a difference. But there was also a very nice demo shot there. So I think that is, I do appreciate that from Yellow. We'll take a look at it again. I don't remember where exactly it was. I think it was around here. Here's the demo. Yeah, there it is. I have, you know, Huggie is a connoisseur, if you will, of demo shots, so you have to appreciate that. In any case, that is it for game number 1. Let's go ahead into game number 2 here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to game number 2 of this best of 3 group stage monk bracket game. We have in the green, because we cannot have blue and purple. It's a bad mix. We have Huggie with the Portuguese. And we have Yellow in the blue with the Byzantines. Yellow already grabbing some of the pigs with his transport ship. Actually, really good deal. Huggie coming from the same side. Kind of unfortunate that Yellow's already grabbed 3 of them. If you spot this, you will want to go around the other side, but looks like Yellow is a little quicker to the draw. We do see the dock immediately, but I mean, Huggie might get over here in time and grab these sheep. That's kind of unfortunate. I don't think these sheep are actually so big for food. It is nice, of course, to have. I actually think it's a bigger deal for the scouting, if you ask me. Oh, a nice block. But I think it's more just an annoyance than anything else. I actually don't think getting the dock up super early is that big a deal here. There's no swordfish to gather from. And there's honestly so much other food that you don't need to get it straight away, if you ask me. Of course, we have the sheep as well. Luckily, we do grab one of these. Hopefully, we're going to get it. Yeah, I think personally, the Gaia hurdles here are nicer just to scout things out. As we see here, Yellow's already doing with 3 of the sheep. Huggie getting the TC up. A little slower than Yellow. Not by a huge deal. On this map in particular, it is nice for both players that they are further away from one another. Certainly further away than they were in the previous game in Nomad. And there's so much resources here. It's usually a pretty boomy map. And we do have gold and stone a little nicer for greener. Also, I'm not sure if this is just a spectator bug. It's interesting. It could also be something to do with the recent update. So this is funny. What's happening here is the flag was placed first because it has less terrain restrictions than the relic does. And then you can, as a second place object, you can put the relic there. It can also be there just for debugging because it's easier to spot the flag than it is a relic. But typically this is to make it so that you can put the relic wherever you want. I don't know why that's showing up though. That shouldn't usually be like that, but there you go. Anyway, it doesn't make a huge difference. I think I don't know. I'm not sure what that was. I have no idea why Huggie would delete that. It doesn't even show up on your idle bills, so it's not like it's taking a hole in your pocket. Maybe you don't let them micro it around, but like, just sit on the enemy dock so you have vision. I don't know. I don't know what that was, other than just a mistake. Which, fair enough. I've done worse things. See, some really nice scouting from Yello with the pigs. And Huggie doesn't nearly have as much vision. But at least we're scouting the back. We actually haven't spotted our boars yet, somehow. Wait. Oh, never mind. Sorry, we gathered a boar already. There's one back here. At some point, you'll want to drop a mill and get on the shorefish. The dock is, of course, quite nice for the fish. At some point, this fish will run out. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a water war here. Seems like both players are keen to play on water. That is unfortunate for Yello. But hey, you know, Huggie deleted the transport ship, so I guess we're somewhat even in a way. Yes, I'm expecting some kind of fight on the water. Byzantines, of course, have faster firing fire galleys, which is a very nice bonus. Portuguese have more HP on their ships, and long term they have some nice options. They have a unique tech that gives their ships extra armor. Very nice. That can be better for sort of long-term water control. Their caravels can actually be used as a sort of discount scorpion in a sense. They have pass-through damage, so they can, if you have water control, you can use it to kind of do some damage here. But we'll see how things play out. I don't think the water control is super important here. As I said, there's so much food to work with. I don't think it's that big a deal to just, you know, maybe make a few fishing ships, dock on the side. At some point, you can get up to Castle Age and you can drop a castle on the shoreline and get back on water if you're worried about that. But we'll see what happens. Of course, whenever you're going up against the Byzantines, it's a little awkward. Your fires are just worse. And one-for-one fight, they're going to lose. Of course, you have more fires, or if you take some better engagements, you'll be alright. But otherwise, you want galleys. But galleys are very micro-intensive, and they're a real pain to work with. Huggie building some nice walls here. Hopefully walls up here as well. I mean, it's kind of far, but, I mean, you usually have enough time. I think I'd like to see a wall up here, so you can preserve the short fish. You grab that boar, it'd be nice as well. Grab the boar with the docking, or sorry, the walling bill, rather. Do you see a mill? You can build some nice walls here as well. Looks like Huggie is going for this boar, I think, which was spotted, but just sort of walked out of our view there. Slightly more fishing ships for Yello than Huggie. Huggie may be thinking about not going for super, or lots of control on water here. Nice block with a pig. We have loom on this mill, so even though it's a pretty long lure, it should be fine. Can use the house trick if we want, but I actually think we should be fine. We might take some damage on the bill, but not a huge deal, to be honest. And this is kind of, I mean, this is fine, but I kind of wish we just walled here. I mean, I guess it's fine. It's not a big deal. I just feel like on this map you have the time, so you can kind of get away for some further away walling, which can be quite nice for you to just secure more res. Of course, we have still plenty here, but you see, it can get quite cramped if we're going to drop 3 TCs and boom up. Second dot coming up from Yello. We are housed, but luckily we are going up to feudal age. Huggie is not, and isn't making any more fishing ships, so I think the plan, especially with deleting the transport ship, if that was intentional, is to go for a fast castle instead. Certainly looks like here. They're going to give up the water here, which is not a huge deal, like I said. There is fish. The fish is nice, and it's good to get it on some level. But it's not mission critical, I would say. Blue lurking around with the transport ship to spot if Huggie has dropped another dock anywhere. He has not, and he's up to feudal. And you can tell pretty quickly by your opponent's feudal time that they are not going for feudal aggression here. So you can make maybe 1 or 2 fire galleys, destroy the enemy fish, eventually destroy the dock, but not overinvest and just think about getting up to Castle Age yourself. Probably with a bunch of farms with how much wood we're floating. The lumber camp come up for Huggie, and I assume we're going to see a blacksmith in market as our buildings to click up. Otherwise, I would be very surprised what happens. Now we see the mill coming out for blue. Very nice. Good use of the wood. And you can see how Yellow doesn't have to wall up. Like, isn't really worried about walling up. These are very sad house walls. We're blocking so much farming space. We can wall up here. I mean, I know this is kind of far, but we could wall up there. Yeah, just 2 fires. Oh. I don't know what that is. Why you're making... Yeah, this is kind of a waste. If we make even more fires out of this, after this, I mean, it's kind of sad. Because it's just like wasted res. Our opponent is just going to make a single demo, maybe going to try and kill the fish, which would be a great move for Huggie. See the market coming out. I don't know what happened there, but it should have been the market and black at the same time. That's alright. So the demo isn't out yet. Huggie waiting for the moment to strike. Yes. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there's no reason to really bother with the fires. A single shot on the fires won't kill them for full HP. So better to go for the fishing ships, and I think that is what Huggie's going for. Has already clicked up. Is definitely thinking about booming up, I think, which is a great choice for this map, I think. Ooh, coming in for the fishing ships. Okay, blue does see it, though. Is getting the fishing ships out of the way. That's unfortunate, but I guess better than just dying to the fire galley and doing nothing. Walling up for Yellow here. Again, very tight walls. I guess you have plenty of space to work with, so it's fine. It feels kind of bad to wall off this pawn, but not a huge deal still. I feel like why this one bothers me more is the fact that I feel like if Huggie's working with this space, it seems like a lot less space than this. But I guess maybe it doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, Huggie's getting up to Castle Age. As Double Bit X in, should probably get Horse Collar at least. A sad blacksmith here, not part of a wall. Yellow just needs the gold, and then we'll click up shortly. Again, these fire galleys are kind of a waste. I mean, the first 2, I think it's fine. The next 2 just seems like a waste of res, though. A lot on stone, so Huggie's definitely thinking about dropping a castle. Maybe going to organ guns. Which, of course, a great unit for the Portuguese. That being said, our opponent is going to be up to Castle Age by the time we have any organ guns in their face. So if they get mangonels out, maybe they're monks if they want, then they're not going to have too many problems. We're going forward. Do we have any vision? No. We're completely blind because we didn't do any scouting. Okay, we drop a castle here, which I guess secures a wood line or whatever. We don't know where... Well, we don't know where the enemy TC is exactly, but if we remember that we spotted the first dock here, we would know their TC is, like, in this direction somewhere. Fire's gonna destroy this palisade. Castle's gonna come up. Okay, good. We do see the second TC. We see a monastery. Can grab this relic marked by this flag very nicely. And the more relics are dotted around the rest of the map. But the Yellow has much better vision or scouting of the map than Huggie does. Castle is just up. We have a monk out. Are we going to see organ guns? Otherwise, this castle is a bit of a waste. You'd rather have it on the shoreline if you're not going to make organ guns. Okay, we do have organ guns out. Great. Actually, especially this one blue sheep gives some vision, but not that good. Grabbing this shortfish, that's great. Now we're gonna start producing out of our 2 TCs. So our opponent is up first. Drop a second TC, which I don't mind. But I like having the stables. I'm gonna get some level of aggression. We have the water control. We do see the castle now as well. So Yello can think about getting the options they need. Now, the Byzantines don't get bloodlines on their knights, which is kind of unfortunate against organ guns, I would say. But I think if you have a siege defense, you should be fine. Dropping 3 TCs is an interesting choice, but it actually makes sense, because if you know your opponent dropped a castle, they probably want to invest into military, and they didn't get the 3rd TC up. They maybe have 2. They might get the 3rd up later. So it's actually not a bad choice here. I don't mind it. The only question is, what are they going to do versus this aggression here? The knights actually should do fine, but if you have enough organs out, it could be a problem. Especially without any upgrades on them. I think organ guns also have a minimum range, so yeah, we need some monks out for Huggie for sure. We're floating 700 wood as well. So they do a lot of damage, but if the knights get on top of them, it can be a problem. That being said, I think Yellow's totally fine. You can drop a siege workshop, go for redemption monks, whatever you want. Huggie should definitely bring some monks forward though. They cost less gold, thanks to the Portuguese bonus. Okay, now we're dropping the 3rd TC. Are we producing out of the first too, though? No. We have 0 on food. We have 18 on wood. I'm not sure what kind of eco balance this is for Huggie. Our opponent's on 19 on food, and we are producing out of all of the TCs, so not ideal for us. That being said, we have a lot of organs out already. We're gonna get some repairs on them. Really like to see, like, just a monk or 2 would be really nice. I mean, the relics are nice, but this guy's just sitting here telling the stone miners about, you know, things above. Do 4 siege. No siege workshop up for Yellow at all. And if we get enough knights out, again, this could be a problem. The fact that we don't have bloodlines is kind of rough though, and we have some really low HP knights, so adding a 3rd TC, or sorry, a 3rd stable. This might spell trouble for Yellow actually. That being said, we do have a 10 eco lead, because Huggie has 6 on food and 18 on wood, and is not producing out of the TCs. Yeah, I'm told that this is sort of an iconic feature of Huggie's gameplay, the idle TC time, kind of like Maxi. Alright, here's a big engagement coming up. There's a lot of low HP knights though, so you can pick up a lot of them. Okay, 1 dies, monk comes out. Yeah, so this is the awkward thing. When you have this many organs bunched up, you need like siege or monk. Market will go down, especially with the mangonel out. And now the fact that we're late to the siege, our opponent already has mangonels out, so they can snipe our mangonels. We still have an eco lead. We might want a defensive castle for our Byzantine player here, but we're really late to it. Huggie adding some farms now. This TC has done almost nothing. Just lifetime, I think. Organs coming in on the front. Now we have 2 monks, very nice. You could even go for a 4th monastery, I guess, if you want. This is some great pressure for Huggie. I still think Yellow can repel it if we see a mangonel. Yeah, this stone's kind of awkward, but now we have a lot on stone here. We'll see if that comes in on time. Fire Galley was converted by Huggie. I don't even know where that was. Ram is out. This is a lot of organs. We can't even fight this, really, with our low HP knights and no bloodlines. And no armor, or even no attack. I really need siege. Our own monks are also good. I think, yeah, they have pretty good monks on Byzantines. They also heal faster, which is a nice bonus. Mangonel's coming forward, so we'll see what the micro battle looks like here. The organ guns will die to the mangonel. Grabbing that relic, very sneaky. Gotta be careful with this. Okay, it was a nice hit. Actually, Huggie dodged it. Just. More organs coming out. Getting in devotion. expecting our opponent to be on monks, but they have 0 monasteries. Now we're getting redemption as well. That's going to be really rough for Yellow. Yellow thinking about a counter route, which is not a bad idea. It's a little awkward, but you could go along the shoreline, get into the enemy's eco. Some nice shots on the battering ram. There's a lot of pressure out. Ooh, lost that mangonel. They lost both mangonels. Yeah, we were kind of late to the draw to the siege, and now our opponent has a lot of organ guns. However, I do really like this counterattack. I don't think Huggie should be pulling back the organs at all. They're so slow. They'd be better off just doing damage here. And I mean, it's like pretty awkward, but you know, maybe get some monks out. This is exactly what Yellow wants. Okay, doesn't want to do. Nice quick wall here. We're gonna lose some bills for sure, but I don't think bringing the organs back is really worth it at all because our opponent has an eco advantage, so we want to push them down further. We could maybe drop a forward castle in the near future as well. This base is a mess now, but it's okay. I hope we bring the organs back to the front. Yeah, now these mangonels are exposed. We can convert one of the knights, but not the other one. We're gonna just lose the siege. Oh, we don't even get the conversion. That's very sad. So yeah, like that is exactly what Yellow wants and exactly what Huggie doesn't want. Because we're way behind on eco. Now we're getting the defensive castle. We're getting sanctity now, but it's kind of late. Our organs are out of place. They have a mangonel. This castle's gonna stop the push. Our eco's a bit of a mess. 9 on food, 20 on gold. I mean, if we got up to Imp, then things could be good for Huggie. But our opponent is Byzantines, and they have a better eco, so it's going to be easier for them to click up. Getting wheelbarrow in. We actually are making... Wait. Oh no, those are converted fires. Never mind. So now we have a really good defensive position for Yellow, which is what the Byzantines want. 3 mangonels. They can get converted by the monk, but... Let's see, the micro is... Oh, the monk dies before it can get a conversion. Kill the knights, but we lost an organ. Yeah, now we can't really push this at all for Huggie. We need to get up to Imperial Age. If we had a forward castle here and we kept the organs here and kept the pressure on, things would look a lot better for us. This castle can be nice as well because it can secure the shoreline if we want to get back onto water. But Yellow's eco looks a lot nicer now, much more so than Huggie's does. So we can probably click up to Imp way before our opponent, which I do think Yellow should be thinking about. Especially once we see this forward castle. Floating a lot of wood. Probably need to drop some more farms. Maybe even Isle of TC. When you have almost 100 bills, you need to make sure you stabilize here. Or even getting some more on stone, we could drop another castle we want. And teching like that. So another feature about this map, when you start booming up, and usually we see a lot of action on one front, because it takes so long to get to the other side. But when it comes to late game, when you start expanding the sides, you can start to see a lot of raids on the side, which can be a real problem for the slower, less mobile army. So we're going for Byzantine... Did they get Hussar? Yeah, Byzantine Hussar, which is not the best Hussar in the world, but it is still Hussar. And if our opponent doesn't have anything nearly as mobile, it's going to be an issue for them. Some really good damage on this TC. Looks like it will go down. It's not researching Imp. Neither player is clicking up to Imp, actually, which is really surprising to me. I'm really surprised Yellow isn't just, like, selling some of this stone, buying some food. But things are getting a little messy here. Mangonels are coming in. Oh! You had those charged on the buildings, you could convert those mangonels instantly. But instead, we're just gonna die. At least we convert the stable. We're not an Eagle Civ, though, sadly, so no lot of warriors. These knights didn't get any kills, but they are gonna be annoying. And imagine if... Yeah, if these 2 mangonels got converted, we could keep this push going. However, Huggie does have a nice position. If we click up to Imp, we could even get Cannon Galleons, which would be really good for us. Both players just kind of floating a lot of res. Things are very messy. A converted knight gets a kill on a Mangonel. This Mangonel goes in for the kill. Ooh, nice dodge. It does kill the Mangonel. I'm gonna repair it as well. I don't know if this is a no Imp challenge. I feel like I've seen this a lot in this tournament. Players just not clicking up to Imp for, I mean, who knows what reason. Building another castle for Yello here. Yello has like really nice eco setup. Really just needs to click up to Imp. Honestly. If you have bombard cannons, you can delete these more easily than with Mangonel. You can even go Onager, I guess, if you wanted. You can also go Droman, which is really nice for the Byzantines. They actually shoot faster. As a traitorous Mangonel killed 2 of their own. This castle's gonna get denied for now. It should go up eventually. Okay, now we click Imp. Super late. Huggie is like not even thinking about it, but definitely has the res to just buy their way up to Imp. Okay, now, alright, you know, maybe it was an agreement between the two players. Cannot click Imp until like 40 minutes in, I don't know. Okay, but now the castle's up, so we can't really push this for Huggie, but we can go on the side and do some more damage over here. Still floating lots and lots of res for Huggie. And Yello. I mean, I'm not sure how the stats on the Cataphract compare to the Knights, but maybe you want to just... I mean, I guess you do have Paladin, but maybe you go into Cataphracts here. Since you don't have your bloodlineless Knights. Or at least get the Blacksmith upgrades. If you're going to commit to a unit, at least get all the Blacksmith upgrades. We did see that in the previous game. I mean, I think Yellow would have lost with the army anyway, but the heavy camels are missing a lot of Blacksmith upgrades. And we get up to Imp. The water control can actually be a pretty big deal. Imagine if Yellow had Dromans shelling this castle down. Or if Huggie had some caravels or demos even on the shoreline. Ooh! Speaking of demos on the shoreline... Oh, okay, well, actually I think that's decent for Yellow. Huggie's not really producing that much military. We're losing a lot of organs. They're pretty low HP now. This is going to be 2 castles versus 1, which is not favorable for the 1 castle player here in the Treb War. Dropping the university. Presumably for chemistry, I guess. Get some bombard cannons out, which are nice. Yeah, these knights cannot go into that. Now, it's a little awkward to have a bombard cannon when your opponent has redemption monks. It's true, but I guess it depends on the micro. It would still be easier to shell these down with that than a Mangonel. Okay, but now we're up to Imp. Chemistry comes in for green, and blue is kind of... Well, okay, we have 2 trebs out. I was going to say they're not doing much, but 2 trebs out. That will knock this castle down pretty quickly. We have a university. Hope we see chemistry. Could also see some Dromans. That would be really nice for the Byzantine player here. Huggie needs some more military. I mean, he needs to start spending this res. This side is all exposed. Yellow could also think about some raids here on the side, and is indeed thinking about that. Some really far forward stables just in Huggie's base, but I think they have not spotted that just yet. Huggie has not spotted the opponent's base either. So we have 1 treb out. We have 2 trebs. I'd like to see 4 at least. We're making some more trebs for Huggie. These are also Byzantine castles, so... And we have so much stone we can repair this forever. You know, we have these builds to repair, but this castle should go down, and then Huggie will not have this fort position anymore. Either player thinking about water at this point could be a big deal. Get water control, and, well, you might not be able to hit these actually with cannon galleons, but you can still take up map space. We can maybe get some traps if they want to come forward. Getting fletching in now for Huggie. I think we need some bomber cannons out. Kill these trebs. Because we're not going to win this battle. Our opponent's getting chemistry and now... Oh, yeah. Now, okay. Here come the Dromans. For Yello. Which is going to be an issue. Huggie's also not expanding. Also not reacting to these... Oh, you actually don't have vision because you don't have Town Watch. Wow, that is unfortunate. Those TCs are completely blind. Huggie's going to have some real problems. We don't really have any defense on this side. We're going to have a castle here for blue. We did actually kill one of the castles, which is really nice. I don't know how that happened. These guys are going to come in. We're going to lose a lot of them. We're going to kill a lot of Organs in the process. Trying to repair this, but we don't have bombards. We do have a bombard out here now. One's here in the front. It's going to try and snipe the Treb. Castle does go down, though. We have the castle to... Or we have the stone to drop another one. We actually have more military here on the land. But now we're super housed for Huggie. We want to try and kill this castle now. We're going to drop another castle. Then Yellow's also going to drop another castle. Alright. However, we have some big problems for Huggie. Which is raids back home, as I had mentioned. Some really far forward stables. Huggie kind of needs some outposts here and town watch. Town patrol. We can kill these builds while they're building. We need to bring this bomber cannon forward. The Dromans are out. They can actually kill the Trebs, which is going to be rough for Huggie. With monks, you could convert these. I'm not sure what else you could really do with them. But now we have raids in our home. The pressure's really on Huggie to keep this push going. This castle should go down, but this one will stay up. We're losing a lot of eco. We're idling a lot of eco. We're getting Halberdier now. Demo comes in. Does kill a Treb. This one goes down. Now this castle's going to go down. We don't have any land military for Yellow to defend this. But again, the raids are going to be a continual problem for Huggie. We don't have any castles back here. Even a tower for Yellow to defend this position. We have 5 bombard cannons now. And the Dromans can be an issue if we don't lose them to the bombard cannons. Like that. I think this castle will go down, actually. Getting the infantry armor in for Huggie. Some more light cav raids. The light cav come in to dive the bomber cannon. We don't really have any organs now to shoot these back. We're losing a lot of bombard cannons. That is expensive. It is slightly cheaper for the Portuguese, but not infinitely cheaper. Huggie really needs a defensive castle, including these stables as well. It'd be really nice to have some cannon galleons for Huggie here. I think both castles are down, but we actually don't really have any military to push in for Huggie other than siege, which is not good enough by itself. I thought I saw the halberdier, or maybe there was just the pikeman upgrade. So we've held this position, but Drummond should eventually take care of things, and the raids are going to continue to be a pain for Huggie. We can't really afford to replace all of the military we lose when our opponent has such a big military lead, and we're going to run out of stone and gold as well because we have not expanded the sides. Don't have enough military on the sides here. Romans continue to be a nuisance. Monks could convert these, other than, like, either monks or your own navy for Huggie would do the trick. I mean, the bomber cannons are nice, but losing these bomber cannons is really rough. And we're not pushing in. This benefits the Byzantine player here. Much better spot economically. These raids are continually an issue for Huggie. And as it currently stands, we don't really have anything to push back into Yellow's base. We just have 4 Trebs and a bombard cannon. With no organ guns or halbs or anything. And we have 1 on food, 6 on gold. This gold's going to run out. We do have a fake Torilla now. We have 2, actually. Which is nice. I mean, it's nice we have it, but I don't know if it's really going to be enough. when your opponent has such a lead. I mean, and it's not like they're starved for gold or stone either. So it doesn't give you a benefit that way. Now we have 3 of them up. Well, well. It's maybe something of a long game, but... I mean, if Yello continues to produce military and just get more and more raids in on Huggie's base, gets the Romans out, stops losing them to the land siege, then this should be GG in their favor. But, yeah, I was gonna say anything can happen, but that's not really true. Many things can still happen, though, that's for sure. Now we have pikes at least, not halb even, but they are pikes. 28 on wood. Some of those would be nice to be on food. We're gonna drop a castle here. That's gonna be pretty bad for Huggie. Might not go up though if we build fight this. Yeah, now this castle should go down. Things have become very messy for both players here. We're gonna lose some more. Okay. This time, there's actually no siege. Huggie. And all we have is one organ gun, 0 organ guns, 1 knight, and a bunch of pikes. But now this castle will go down, and we don't have any push going, and we are way behind it economically. And we have 3 Feitorías, which is nice, but it's not gonna. That's not gonna win by itself. We really need help. Well, actually, what we need is more food. So the castle is sort of denied, but we have the military that we should... Yeah, maybe not. So now Huggie, you wall this up, and then you get a trap or something. Kill it. Because this takes out some of your gold, which you do not want. More night raids on the side. That bill gets shanked. Now we've lost this position entirely. Now Yello can come forward and start sieging this position. 27 to 17 military. 160 almost equal to 80. Not looking good for Huggie. Romans are starting to siege things down. Now we're getting the blacksmith upgrades. Would like to see the attack upgrade as well. We're gonna get 2 Byzantine castles. Oh. Okay. We're gonna build this one first because this one is not getting up. But this one should come up eventually. Now we're getting a water, but it's like super late. Halberdier coming in now. Hussar, plate barding armor. Romans are in position. And, well, I don't... Seems like they should be able to range this, but I'm not sure. Either way, we're coming forward with a Trev and a bomber cannon, which should do the trick. We could also build some more forward production on that side for Yello. Now this castle will finally go up. We didn't have enough military here for Huggie to really do the job. Well, if the castle doesn't go down to the drones, it will go down to the Trebs. And Huggie's position is starting to look more and more dire. We hear a town bell. It could be a misclick. I've misclicked that several times in my life. This castle goes down. That's actually the last castle that Huggie has. We actually have... We have the res to produce stuff, but we're just not producing stuff. And we're producing Navy now, which is good. But these actually aren't even fast fires. I mean, they should clean up the drones eventually, but it doesn't deal with the land military. We need, like, way more halbs. This position is getting lost for Huggie. Some halbs are in. Now we have fast fire for Yello. Yello can just go to hand cannon if you want, if you're really worried about these halbs. Which is maybe a good idea. Or elite cataphract, that's an interesting choice when you have no cataphract on the field, but, you know, cataphract are also a good choice here. Only, well, you have 3 castles, it's not bad. A castle over here would be nice as well. For some forward production and fortify the position. We just kind of see both players sort of trickling army in, but now Huggie's bringing some halbs in. It's really behind in eco. I mean, no, we have the Feitorías, but They're not the exact same as a Vil. This one's gonna go down. We have these two here. And Halbs are gonna clean things up. These are just fires. They're not fast fires for Huggie. Should clean up the docks though. Looks like he has the Navy numbers for it. Yeah, now we're getting ranges for hand cannoneer though. And Huggie doesn't really have to set up for skirms or knights or something else in defense. Or even like a bunch of siege or something. We're getting Greek fire even for our fire ships. Some more raids down to 57 eco. Doesn't include the the 3 Faithodias, but this is not a well-defended position. I know Yellow got repelled from it, but you could build a forward castle here and just hold the position down, and I don't think Huggie can do much. That being said, he's still in the game, but I mean, look how much res Yellow has. He just needs to spend it. We're gonna lose more and more space for Huggie. And we can afford to just throw these Hussars away, to be honest. Into raids. But right now we're just kind of chilling. Which I would not recommend for Yellow. I don't think you want to give your opponent a chance to get back in the game. Especially when they're Portuguese. I'm massing against the army. I really would like a forward castle. Now we're full pop, we should just go in and spend the pop. We have the res to replace them. Getting a bunch of eco techs in. We're actually gonna lose on water, it looks like. But we actually have more res, so we should... I mean, if we have enough docks, we should be able to make it happen. I really wish this army was going forward right now, though. I mean, there's like nothing to stop them. We do have 3 bombard cannons now in this position. And a decent amount of halbs. And actually no military for Yellow, so we could push this back. I don't know why we're sitting here. We gotta go now. I don't know what's going on here. We got heavy demo coming in for Huggie. Looks like... yeah, he should have water control. Which is nice, but without cannon galleons, I'm not sure how much that really does for you. Okay, now the army is starting to come forward. Building a castle now for Huggie here. Cataphracts are on the bomber cans. He's gonna lose at least one. Oh, this is a really awkward funnel for Huggie. We're gonna lose more? Oh no, we lose another one. And then we're gonna lose all of them? Oh, that hurts. Now we don't have anything to push this castle. We can make a trap at least with this forward castle. Well, actually, this is not a forward castle. That's Huggie's base. Okay, now Yellow's coming forward on this side, which spells trouble for Huggie. You have the hand cannoneers for the halbs, and that's kind of the main unit that Huggie has. The raids are going to come in. These Faithodias are going to go down. Hussar raids are a problem. Full upgrades now. Blacksmith. We're getting cav armor for Huggie. We don't have... we have one stable. Yeah, now I think this is a pretty unwinnable position for Huggie. Although, we're full pop, which is funny here in this position. Even though we have 60, 70 for eco and military. I mean, this is a lot of halbs, but they're kind of in the wrong spot, and they can't really deal with the hand cannons. We're getting Cavalier now. Even getting guilds for Yellow. We have this stone still, and we might have this stone kind of contested. This castle should go down. They have nothing to repel the bombards. But we're losing this position for Huggie. I mean, I really wish we had so much stone. Like a forward castle just to hold the position would be really nice here. I mean, I guess it's good to spend it on repairing. Because you don't want to lose this spot, but... I don't know. Some forward production would also be really nice because we're floating 8,000 wood. And it takes so long to reinforce right now. Cataphracts are in. I don't know if they have Logistica. If they did, they would be better against the Halb than they are, but as is, not enough numbers to really do much. We've lost this position for Huggie. Now we have just this spot. What does Huggie... Huggie doesn't see anything. Still holding on, though. I mean, it does have a lot of military, to be fair. 62 Halbs and 4 Bombards. But I don't really see how he wins this, because even if he holds here, how does he push back the opponent's position? Being Bodkin, and then Bracer for our castles for Yellow. I mean, look how much, we're like repeatedly full pop, so we should just like toss this army and like do something with it. I mean, the Cataphracts may be a little wasteful, but the Hussars at least, I mean, we could just go in, kill a bunch of stuff. And of course they take bad trades against the Halbs, but they can at least kill some of them. We're gonna bring the hand cannoneers in. The things are kind of a mess at this late in the game, but we're gonna see Yellow continue to push into Huggie's base. This TC will go down. This castle might go down for Yellow, but I don't think it's that big a deal because we have 3 more behind it. Getting hoarding is kind of late. I'm actually gonna lose this bombard cannon to Cav. Now we're taking into Camel Rider, which I don't think is necessary. I think we can just stick to Cataphracts, to be honest. But I don't know if we have Logistica, which would make a difference. We do not. Should definitely get that. We have the res. I also don't know... These are elite, actually, yeah. So they're fully upgraded minus their unique tech, which is very good for them. Should definitely get that. TC goes down. Huggie is... Oh, no. Wait. What? What happened to Huggie's military? He had a whole bunch of Halbs. Where did they go? Oh, no. So the one thing Huggie had a bunch of Halbs. We went for the bombard cannon here? Hold on. Oh, we just lost them to the castle. Oh, dear. Lost them castle, lost them the Cataphracts. Yeah, that's not great. Now Huggie has 80 pop. 6 military. I mean, I respect trying, but I really, like, I don't think you have a chance here. Alright, there, and the GG is called. So, Huggie held out for a really long time there. To me, I feel like the biggest swing was when Yellow was under a lot of pressure and then went for a night raid on Huggie's base, which is awkward for Huggie, but spending all the time to bring the organs back here, I think was like the worst choice you could make. Because the organs take so long. The knights already did damage by the time they got there, and they helped clean up. But at that point, Yellow got a forward castle up, got the mangonel numbers up, and then was able to repel the push. If Huggie, like, kept pushing in, Yellow kind of had, like, really had trouble holding off the aggression. So I think if Huggie just pushed the advantage. Also, either player went up to Imp faster, that would have been a big deal. But now we get Logistica very late. Either way, that is a win for Yellow. So we're going to head into game number 3 here. Hello everyone, welcome to game number 3 of this set. This is the deciding match for the winner of this set. We have in the blue, Yellow with the Italians. In the green, Huggie with the Hindustanis. Dropping the dock pretty quickly, faster than the opponent. And both players going for pretty normal TC in the back. Kind of nice there. Both have a little pond there with the shortfish. Both have a boar as well. Going to start scouting with their pigs. So on this map, when you go to the main island, there are 2 pigs on the shallows, which is quite nice to make sure that you can do some scouting. Otherwise, you're going to be pretty much blind to, like, everything. You really want to scout, you know, the gold stone, the hunt, the shorefish, the other sheep, other Gaia herdables. And both players are going to drop a dock, so we're going to see some water play once again, looks like. Dock is up a little faster for Huggie. It just means we're going to get shorefish collected a little bit faster, which is nice. So, Hindustan is an interesting choice. I'm trying to think, like, if there's a particular reason. I guess they have perfectly fine naval capabilities. I mean, it's not like they have a direct bonus to their navy, but I guess their navy's just fine. Of course, they are known for their great camels. But if I had to guess, I think what Huggie may have chosen them for is for their Gulam. Because he does seem to enjoy the fast castle into unique unit. And that can be a big deal on this map, because most of the golden stone is here in the center. So if you place a castle here and get some Gulams out, that can be some nice map control. Only thing is that, I mean, it depends a lot. Water control is really big here for getting control of the map. Like, controlling, you know, this space. And you can definitely cut off your opponent from actually being able to get to the middle, because this is, like, the only crossing. They could get a sneaky transport ship across, of course. That is an option. We'll see how things play out. But, I mean, in theory, also, you can just play for water if you want as Hindustan. It's not like you have a worse navy. If you're up against the Byzantines, you might struggle. Or, like, the Dravidians or something, you might struggle. Italians, of course, they are a nice hybrid civ. Their fishing ships are cheaper, and their research from the dock is also cheaper. But of course, that does not directly benefit their military, their navy military, that is. So you could definitely contest it if you wanted. My guess is Huggie's thinking fast castle Gulam. Otherwise, I'm not sure what he's thinking. I actually see a slight eco lead here. Part of that's because Huggie researched Loom first. And we have more fishing ships out for Yello. Maybe thanks to the fishing ships being a little cheaper. We have some nice scouting here from Huggie. Sees the extra pawns. Grabs one of these boars. It's already loomed, so it shouldn't be an issue. Really nice scouting from Yello as well. Really want to make sure you have a good idea of where all of the resources lay on your side of the water. Gold is kind of far from both players, so both of them will have to make a mining camp if they want to get some gold. See Loom out for Yello now, as a response to getting housed. Fair enough. I have to have 3 fishing ships for Huggie and 5 for Yello. The eco distribution is pretty even. I can grab the 3rd boar now, I believe, because there was one here at the beginning. There's this one. There's even this boar too. So there's a lot of food on this map. It's very nice. Very nice to click up to Castle Age nice and quick, even if you lose water. And of course you get the fish first. And there's a lot of water to work with, or sorry, food to work with. Only problem is the water control can be an issue long term, as we've seen when you get to Canning Hounds with Romans. Okay, I was going to say a bit of a tragic boar lure, but we wait to pull it all the way into the TC, which is very nice. Clicking up to feudal first for Yello, so I do think we're going to see fast castle from Huggie. Or Well, maybe not. Well, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, so this is sort of like these are eco numbers you would see for Fast Castle normally, but this is a hybrid setting here. So it's a little different because, of course, you have your fishing ships, which is a different situation entirely. That being said, it looks like we're getting onto gold, so maybe we aren't going to see a Fast Castle until the castle drop because we're not even on stone at all for Huggie. Yeah, okay, so we're going to drop a second dock. Nicely nestled between Yellow's two docks, so we're gonna fight for water here, but our awkward thing is our opponent's a little faster feudal. Helps with the Italians, they have a discount on their click up. And they have two docks. And we don't know that at all. But they do have two docks right next to one of our docks, our forward one. Grabbing another board for Huggie. Say both players are just going to play for water control here. But getting up to feudal first is a big deal. We have two fires out, getting double bit axe. And Huggie is not even up to feudal yet. I'm going to drop another dock though. So if we can keep producing, we might be able to be alright. If we're producing out of all three docks, of course, then we can outproduce our opponent. I haven't gone to another one of the short patches yet. This one is nicely under our TC, so we can just gather for TC with that. Two fires out for blue. But Huggie should have three docks producing, which will eventually catch things up. Also a demo ship already. Actually, would be a really nice shot on these fishing ships, but maybe you want to, you know, contest the enemy navy first. Probably smarter. Just to, it's a kind of a better, if you're going to invest this much in water, you want to actually take control. Otherwise, things are very awkward. Another house being dropped here for Huggie. A lot of people from Huggies that really like to live in the middle. And they like the scenic beach shorelines. Terraced housing. Ooh, this could be a really nice demo. Ooh, that was pretty nice. Now we just have to target the right fire galleys for Huggie. A lot of low HP ones for Yellow. We pull this back. Where's our other fire galley? Do we only have two? I only have two, actually. Could be some nice repairs though with this Ville. Really well placed. But Yellow pulled all of these fires back. It doesn't lose them. This one's like 3 HP. Some really nice micro from both players. Producing another demo. Ooh, if this demo goes over here, yes. Perfect. And, if only. Yellow spotted that very nicely, pulled the things away. And now we're going to have repairs on this. We're going to have about to be 6 fire guys versus 3. It's actually really rough. That second demo not paying off. I think this is a misclick. Which also is very unfortunate. Now we're changing to a demo. The thing about the demos is they really have to pay off. If they actually killed the Villes and got a shot on the fires, that'd be a really big deal. Now we have a demo out for blue. So Huggie has to be careful. This fishing ship's going to go down. Huggie has kept all of his fishing ships safe and killed almost all of Yellow's. That being said, we do have 6 fires now for Yellow. We are housed, which is bad. A decent demo shot, but we have to follow up, otherwise they can be pulled back and just repair. These fishing ships are not in the right spot. They don't want to be in the front lines. Ooh, the demo is coming in though. Could be a really nice shot. And it's a pretty good shot. We want to repair that fire. Demo comes out again for Huggie. Doesn't quite get the shot at once. Does kill one. Things are very hectic here. We're long distance repairing. We're gonna kill this fire for Yellow. And then we can shoot this one down as well. We're gonna lose this fire for Huggie. Producing more fires. It's kind of even, to be honest. Like eco count. The fish ships are Huggie. We have been working for longer. I really hope we get onto this short fish at some point though, because we will want to think about getting up to Castle Age. Nice blocking with the fishing ships there. We do want to repair this if we can though with this Ville. Otherwise, we're going to lose this fire galley. This one's really low HP for Yellow, but does kill the one from Huggie. This galley goes down now for Blue. Things are very back and forth here. I'm not sure who I would favor in this position. It's quite even. But if Huggie does not build a mill rather, and gather some of this shorefish, Huggie will definitely be behind in terms of getting up to Castle Age first. Especially because your opponent has a cheaper Castle Age click up. We're getting the mill up. We can drop a market in the near future. And looks like we have the fire advantage from Huggie. We do have the 3 docks, so oh no, okay, now it's 3 docks for we do have 3 docks for the Italian player as well. So it's still pretty even. Nice thing for Huggie is we have these 3 fishing ships working. But I think Yellow's done a better job of getting some food gathering going. We see 13 on food. Getting the blacks at the market up, so we might see a castle click up in the near future for Yellow, which could spell a lot of trouble for Huggie. Getting the blacks at the market out, but we should be building these both at the same time, but that's okay. Demo out for green. 4th dock coming up for Yellow. I don't know if this demo rock can really do much here. I mean, if that can kill a fire, that's nice, but it's not the best thing ever. You really like to try and kill the vills while damaging the fire. That would be ideal. Now we have the market coming up for Huggie, but I think, yeah, we are clicking up for Yellow already, and we're housed. Okay, wheelbarrow's coming up for Huggie, and then we should click up in the near future afterwards. It looks like Yellow's done a slightly better job managing the eco behind. Both players have kept the TC producing, though. Pretty even. Well, I guess it's a little worse for Huggie, but we do have fishing ships at least, so there's that. We have 9 to 9 fires, but the opponent who is up to Castle Age with the, ooh, nice demo shot there, but again, if these fires are repaired, well, this one goes down. This one is pretty low HP. See how the targeting works? Is being blocked by the ones in front. This one's going to go down. The repairs are a really big deal here. Another demo actually really big for Huggie. Oh, that fire goes down. This demo, oh, that's a really big demo shot. Really low HP fires here. Huggie's going to lose this position now. We're going to be a minute behind in Castle Age, which is not a huge deal, but it could make a big difference. But I think the bigger difference is losing a lot of fires here. That being said, we have 2 demos out. We're repairing these up. I think these demos should go in right now. We know there's low HP. Maybe we get a Vil pick. Oh, if we get the Vil pick at the same time, that'd be excellent. Oh, okay, that was a good... We killed 2 fires. We get the Vil pick. That is nice. 4 fires now. About to be 4 fires for Huggie as well. But again, Yellow's going to be up to Castle first. Could maybe think about getting a TC here in the middle as well. It also looks like I was totally wrong about the Gulam play. Maybe that Huggie was thinking about that long term, but otherwise, you know, you just have the discount on your Vils, which is a nice bonus to have in general. Demo comes out, it's a decent shot, but War Galley's coming in. These are going to be fire ships. You don't really want to try and fight this as Yellow. You want to try and conserve your ships. That being said, we do have a lot of really low HP fires. Huggie really wants to try and pick these off before they become fire ships. And oh, this could be a really big shot. Demo's almost out. This is like right here. Oh, this is excellent. And we're up to Castle Age now. Oh, we need to target fire this. Okay, great. As 2 goes down. So it's actually not horrible. We're getting War Galley in now for Huggie. Still pretty even position, but we do see the second TC first for Yellow. And to me, it seems like Yellow's done a better job of managing the macro, keeping the TCs producing than Huggie has. Adding a 3rd TC, but we do see a TC in the middle to secure the position, which can be a big deal. So we're going to have 5 fires out for Yellow. 1 really low HP, another dock being added. Huggie's adding another dock back home. These are now demo ships. These are also fire ships. I don't think there's really any other upgrades you want in just a fire v fire. You can get dry docks, but that only increases your pierce armor, which of course is not that relevant in this case. This demo is around These 3 fires are going to take this one down. This demo's lurking for damage. This demo's looking for damage. I wonder if Huggie ever plays Chinese for the extra demo HP. Make sure they can get the hit off. This demo's looking for damage. Can't really do that much. Maybe get some damage off on the fires though. I mean, this is nice. It's like good to lower the HP so your fires can take them out more easily. Okay, we have a TC in the middle. Yellow doesn't actually have any control of the middle, but is still fighting for the water. And the eco count is going to climb for Yellow quite steadily, as Huggie only has... Okay, the third TC is coming up, but this one's producing, but we don't have enough on food to keep that up, so we're gonna need to add some farms in. We don't have any horsepower. Ooh, another nice shot. I will say Huggie has done a very good job with the demos. The things are still pretty even on water. So... yeah, it still could go either way here, I think. This fire could be repaired up. And we're getting a lot on stone. Could think about a castle in the near future. Could also be a really big deal to secure water for Huggie. Get a castle here or something. I mean, you can cover maybe the whole shoreline. It'd be hard to... I mean, I guess fires is easier to get it up. Galley's less so. A lot of fights here, but looks like Yellow's done a better well, I'd say better job producing fires, but yeah, I mean, this looks like it's in Yellow's favor. I mean, we have 4 docks. It's 4-4, but we keep fighting in this spot. It's easier for Yellow to reinforce. We have no one on food at all for Huggie now. Maybe that's why he likes having the cheaper vills. So it's easier for him to produce vills. You actually have an even eco count still somehow. Now we're adding some horse collarless farms. Blue's gonna get this outpost out and see that opponent has TC the middle. The thing is, even if you have water control, now you can't really contest this anymore. I mean, you can't stop your opponent from getting to the middle. Might think about a castle really soon, though. Now, the Genbo is a really good unit against any cav, but of course they're not going to do well against Gulam. The castle's going to come up. Huggie does see this, but does he react to it? I'm not sure if he can really do anything. He wants to drop a castle really soon. Doesn't have the stone yet. Fletching coming in for Yellow. I think Huggie's going to like mostly give up water at this point. Okay, we're about to be on... This castle's going to come up way before ours, though. And now, Yellow has a nice control of the water. And will have some play towards the middle, which is the biggest thing on this map. Okay, the castle coming up, kind of sad. You'd rather have it more forward to cover a shoreline, but because of this really nice castle for Yellow, you know, you can't really be that ambitious with it. It will deny Yellow from gathering any gold or stone, though. Which is really... wow, that's really ambitious from Yellow. I mean, you actually do have this. Cold Patch is out of range. But yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I know you had no vision, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Fletching's coming in. See a Genbo in. These are good units. But if we see Gulams, they can't do much against them. That being said, we have 32 on wood and 4 on food. So we need to drop some farms for sure for Huggie. Another nice demo shot. We're actually still kind of contesting on water for both players. So I think it'll kind of come down to what happens here in the middle. Still have tons and tons on stone. You know what I really like to see is a transport across the water and the castle drop your opponent, because they're not even going to think about that. Another TC coming up, but we have 7 on food, Huggie. I don't know what's going on here. We can't even produce out of that thing. But at least it keeps it defended. The Jinbos are going to come forward. Might find some damage. Only Fletching. Oh no, they have Bodkin. Never mind. But Yellow has a good eco setup. Town Watch coming in for Huggie now. Nice pick there. Not quite going to be another. I'd like to see some Gulams out for Huggie. You know, just deal with this mess back here. We're going to lose another Vil. Okay, well. I was going to say they wouldn't find much value, but never mind. They've done a decent number here. Because we don't see any units. Okay, now we have Gulam. Hope we get the armor, though. We're still 0 on, like 9 on food. And we have 3 TCs. Actually, I take back my... Like, this was a good idea because this one was going down. I didn't think about that. The Genbos are going to be a menace here. They're idling, eco. Should have gotten Gulams out much earlier, I think. But it is what it is. Eco count is in the favor of Yellow now. Not a huge lead. And it's still going to come down to this center control because long term this is going to be a big deal. And both these players don't seem like super aggressive to the point they're able to like kill their opponent early. So I think it'll be a big deal who has control of this. Genbo's being a menace here and idling eco, but I think you should just ungarrison that. Just send your Gulams over to finish that off. Could even think about maybe walling up on either side of the shallows as well for Huggie. Make sure your opponent can't keep getting in. Of course they can, you know, transport ship to the sides, but outposts are nice for keeping vision of that. We have 10 Genbos for Yellow, but when the Gulams are out, they're not going to be able to do too much. We have 2 castles now for Huggie. Okay, now this is the place where we think about clicking up to Imp. But the thing is, Yellow's macro has been way better than Huggie's. Still only 19 on food. These Gulams, I think they have some raid potential. Should see if they can get some damage on the enemy base. You can definitely drop a dock here, transport over. We have 2 castles, but our opponent's going to be up to Imp way before us. And our eco balance is way off for clicking up to Imp. It's going to be a pretty big deal. So I really hope we see a dock. And transport over to the other side with these Gulams. Bodkin coming in now for Huggie. Which is good for the castle war, but we have 10 Genbos in here, which are making our castle a little more menacing than our opponents. Unfortunately, the Gulams do not add any arrows. Getting cav armor and bloodlines for Yellow here. Adding university in for Yellow. We are housed for Yellow. Dropping more housing. Bit of a housing crisis for the Italians here. Do we see... Oh. That's for fish. Really? Like, we're not gonna transport ship and transport over here? Well, that's unfortunate. Now, we're about to click up to Imp pretty soon, but it is a 3-minute research time, and our opponent's just about to get up to Imp. So yeah, 3 minutes behind Imperial Age is not great. I really hope we see a transport ship, though. I think we need to get some damage in on the opponent's eco. Now, this is downhill for Yellow, which is nice for Huggie, but the fact that they're an Imp by 3 minutes, and now they have 2 castles, is not great for us. A nice demo shot there, I just missed. I also hope we see chemistry for Yellow. Come on, you know you want to add a transport. We have a nice eco setup now for Huggie. Still floating a lot of wood. But at least we have 20 on food. Probably want some more on food. We don't really have a main military unit. I mean, Gulam is fine. I think you can stick to them, especially when you're up against Genbo. I think they do decently against Cav too, but we should definitely get the full upgrades for them. Second armor is good. We should definitely get forging and such. We're gonna try and dive the Trebs. I don't like that move. We lost like all of our Gulams, and the thing is, you know, maybe I would have liked it more if we had the attack upgrades in, but I feel like it doesn't save us that much time, and we don't want to lose. Like, that's all of our military. That's all we have for military units. And these are downhill, so we can actually be alright. And I hope if we get a university up, we can get masonry. Do they get masonry for the Hindustanis? They do, okay. Producing some more hoardings, getting squires in, that's great. Some demos lurking around. We didn't transfer to the enemy side. Chemistry bracer coming in for Yellow. So in theory, I mean, The Gulam should be the perfect answer to the Genbo here. We're diving under the castle. Right when we click up to Imp is a choice. I mean, this is good. But we need to, like... We need bombard cannons, really. That's what we need. But I don't think we even have a chemistry for Huggie. Yeah, no chemistry, no siege workshop. I mean... Yeah, a university would also be really good for masonry as well. At least get this relic, that's nice. But this is like, this is our position. We really need to hold on to this. But we can focus fire one of the castles down. We have still plenty of stone. It's gonna start running out, but we're still mining stone. We need more trebs out. Another thing I don't like about losing those Gulam is you want to produce trebs out of these castles. So now you have like no military at all. This castle should go down. Okay, so it does go down. This one... Man, I really wish we had a university, though. And I hope we wall up here for Huggie, because these cavalries are going to be an issue. And this castle will go down. We don't have a bomber cannon to kill these. We don't have Gulams to kill these. I think this castle should go down for Yello. Ooh, we're looking around at the demos. It could be nice. Lekev's actually going in for the Treb. I think you can just go for the Eco, though. I think that'd be way more devastating. That being said, the Treb pick is nice. Because, we have, like, no military. We're pop-capped. Uh-oh. Pop-capped for Huggie. This castle does go down, but now we have no castles for either player, which is going to favor the player that has tons of military here, which is Huggie. Or, sorry, which is Yello. Huggie's floating a lot of res. Doesn't have any castles to produce Gulam, which is your preferred unit here. We have no military. Now we're going to spears as Hindustani. Yeah, that is not the chip play. The awkward thing, of course, is you don't want to go camel because your opponent has Genbo. But actually your opponent has no castles now, so I mean it's kind of awkward, but you know. The thing is, Gulam is your answer to this, and now we don't have castles to produce Gulam. Is this fully walled? I don't think quite. So you have to actually drop walls on the shoreline because you can't build anything else on them. But now Yellow has control of the center. Dropping a castle here. I would have preferred a castle on the shoreline though. And also to cover this shallows. Well, actually maybe not, because it could be a downhill. I mean, that's fair enough. Yeah. But I feel like this doesn't cover enough of your eco, though. I feel like you want to cover some more of your farms or something. But maybe you could drop a TC here. It doesn't even cover the stone, which is sad. Huggie does have access to gold. It will run out in the near future. Nice demo hit. But now the light cap raids are going to come into your base, which is not good. Yeah, this is why the walls on the side would be nice here, even just to delay the raids. But now the raids are in, our opponent has more eco than us once again. They have control of the center. Everything is looking pretty bad for Huggie here. Some nice walls to secure this castle. Okay, it's fine. Now Yellow takes a nice defensive position here. Huggie is in a lot of trouble. Making a lot of Gulam, which is good. Missing one attack upgrade on them, and also would want to lead ideally. So they can deal with the raids. I mean, they are nice and fast, but they're still slower. And now we have water control. Ooh, okay, good. This time we get the cannon guys in for Yellow. Things are looking very dire for Huggie once again. Your question is, will he take a long time to resign once more? The light cav are just going to stream in. Don't even have Hussar. Even missing, well now we're getting the last armor. Missing some attack upgrades. The Gulam can deal with everything here. But... well, this is... but if we have Navy for Yellow, there should be no way Huggie gets onto the middle here anymore. Especially with this castle. in this spot. And we can just continue to raid. We can make sure that our opponent is never able to get back on water. This demo could get some damage in, though. That could be quite good. I think killing these castles would actually be also a pretty big deal for Yello, because that's like... Oh! Alright, that's pretty good. Some pretty good demos. I don't know if it's enough, though, because our opponent still has a really big eco lead, so they can afford to just be wasteful here. But I was going to say, killing these castles could be a really big deal for Yello, because it's pretty much the only production building that Huggie has. Oh, GG. Good luck next is dropped. And we do have a winner. That is, goes to Yello for this set. It's a very interesting matchup. You know, you look at what the Hindustanis have, and it's kind of like Ghulam is what they want to have against the Italians here. But if you don't have any castles, you can't produce them. And we kind of lost control of the water. I think losing control of the center was really the biggest deal. And if I had to, like, it really seemed to be that Yello had a better management of the macro, the eco sort of side of things. So got up to imp faster, even with some 2 downhill castles, was able to get the Trebs out first and push back Huggie's position. I think Huggie losing those Ghulams, I mean, I know it was to save, like, you know, save yourself, kind of give yourself more time to get up to imp. But then, when we got up to imp, we wanted to make Trebs, and then we had no military to protect the Trebs, and no military to stop the enemy military, and then everything just kind of snowballed. I do think also, at some point, transport ship, raid with the Ghulam, would have been a great choice for Huggie. By the way, that's it for me, folks. GG's to both players, and congrats to Yello for winning this set. And I will see you all next time.